All right, kiddies. Well, here we are back again to see what these warlocks are going to do. A new patron found, new threats on the horizon. Let's hope we can wrap up the colonel first. Am I right? Anyways, too many warlocks. And we're on.
All right. Hello. I am in the void. Okay, there we go. I'm no longer in the void.
I wanted to make sure that everybody could hear everything. All right.
Thank you for conjuring me from the nether. Now then, it is Monday, which means it's time for Too Many Warlocks. Thank everybody for joining us. I, as always, am your benevolent Dungeon Master, Puck, and I am joined today by these warlocks, who, for the first time in the history of this show, have all of their patrons intact. They've all spoken with them. They've all communicated with them. Super patron team has been initiated. And I will now introduce these people in no particular order, starting with the world's greatest distraction, Mr. Guy Boutomps.
The Purple Ranger.
Oh. Yes, the Purple Ranger. The Red Ranger, Miss Kithri Tealeaf. I'm going to go with blue for pen. And I don't know, the Black Ranger. Richard Bennett. When last we left our heroes,
green.
It was like green was low-hanging fruit, and I just couldn't do it. It came to my mind first, and I was like, no, it's too easy. So, when last we left our heroes, they had reunited one Mr. Penwright with his patron, and had way too many heartwarming moments for a show filled with warlocks. This was a very special episode. This was some CW shit. So, Penn wished his evil doppelganger well and sent him off in hopes that he would find a new life and a new identity outside of trying to annihilate the other, we'll call it Pen 2. And then...
Can we call one pen and the other pencil?
That works too. Okay, pencil. That's your... This is going to stop eventually, I promise. After that, it returned to the keep. And the mystery of Lord Blackwind's Flakjerry was solved, as they cracked open the case and found inside an amulet featuring the insignia of the Avalon Knights Academy, followed by the most beautiful moment of complete silence from everyone as they all took in the moment. And then you guys got an invitation. House Zelos, a representative of Zelos Enterprises, has invited you all to a special presentation in Waterdeep. And that is where we left off, as everyone was discussing and figuring out what to do with this mysterious invitation.
Well, we got to go, eh? It's a nice party. We are in the party for sure.
But what about that shield?
To use it, eh?
I will work on that, but it's still a good thing to have around regardless. But that doesn't change the fact that this might be a good opportunity to go to Waterdeep, because it'd be nice to get some things.
Okay. Sure.
I mean, I'm with Kithri. What about the shield?
What's wrong with you two in Waterdeep? Why is...
Oh, I have nothing against it. I'm just, solidarity.
Ah.
He picks now to be a team player, right?
I mean, The
No,
shield.
I mean, the shield can wait. Eh? We know it is. It's on a battlefield full of dead people. Nobody going to pick it up. Eh? We got this is tomorrow, the meeting. Eh?
I thought it was with his family.
No, we got to go to the family to find out where he died when he was carrying it, and then we got to go to that.
That sounds
Don't got time, eh?
awesome.
It's a long
Exactly. Maybe we can go find the shield.
Well, I'm going to the party, so sorry, Puck.
She's like, Ben reading his quest log. Oh shit, that sounds awesome. We should go to this.
Did you have
Okay.
this as your quest? Yeah, I just get so many of them. There's a backlog.
Look, I had a lot of memories jammed in my head. It's hard to keep track of everything that's happening right now.
It's been a rough day.
5.
I'm still hurting.
Till an hour ago, you had 2 heads.
Yeah.
You put it all in. Eh?
Yeah, I still feel a little, yeah. I did the right thing, right? Like,
By the way,
Yeah.
not only did you do the right thing, that's probably no, I take back the probably. That's the bravest thing I ever seen anybody do in my life. Eh?
the only thing.
Correct. Pen, that was the rightest thing to do.
I'm gonna glaze over that. The point being, though, is just like it felt right, but at the same time, it also was really weird because, like, I feel like I completely removed that individual's choice in that scenario, and like I know he was evil and kind of an ass, but like it still feels weird to make that choice for another being when they have no say in the matter. Like,
Yeah, but it's kind of do you stop someone burning down a church full of orphans, or do you let them have the choice to repent and do it themselves?
And weren't you kind of making a choice for yourself?
Which honestly
Yeah,
is more
don't
important.
you don't do nothing to
Oh, God.
nobody else, my friend. Eh? Do it to you. Eh?
yeah.
Choose to leave the evil behind, literally. And remember what he said, eh? Your patron. The only difference between you and that guy was the choices they make. Eh?
Fair enough. Thank you all for coming with me. That I'm glad that went as well as it did. Although I wonder whatever happened to that mind flayer.
Yeah, he'll be
Now
fine.
that's
He
what
probably
we
won't show
worry.
up in the story again.
Your guy, I don't worry about. He's going back to school. Eh? That mind flayer, that's fucked. Eh?
He seemed pretty nice. But okay, so you were going to Waterdeep is what I've gathered. I mean, where is how about this? How about we go to Waterdeep, get whatever that swing by party, and then on the way out, we swing up wherever that family is and we go there afterward.
Sounds good.
We could
so
easily
long
stop
as
here on
nothing-
the way. It's like right in the middle line.
Oh, the place with the shields on the way?
No,
No, it's
No.
way in the opposite direction.
the opposite direction. So coming back, we could stop here because
Oh, that's what you're saying. Yes, that makes sense. That
I
makes
know
sense.
the language. Second one for me, not so good. Eh?
We don't have a teleportation circle to any of these places, do we? That would just be so much more convenient.
You know who to ask.
21!
Because
There's
Waterdeep.
that. We also, you want to make a entrance at this party? How about we show up with the flaming horse and an ever-changing carriage, eh?
Well, I guess that depends on, do we want to go in with a low profile or high profile at this party?
Yeah, that was kind of my.
I would like to maybe draw a little less attention to.
But we are receiving
Us.
official invitation. They're probably going to announce us at the door, eh?
They're gonna make a big fuss regardless. I'm with Guy. Let's go on in a flaming horse. I'll even go charming Fey form, which I
Don't
immediately
get me
activate.
Look, I'm confident that we didn't necessarily leave any tracks or anything, but like we still definitely fought and stole a few things from Lord Zealous' caravan. And like, I don't want to believe that he knows it was us, but this is a weird invitation to receive. I don't know. Like, I know he helped us with the Sunfire Pod thing, but this is just.
Pen, it's a party. Guy will kill us if we don't go.
So
We could go.
let's take a moment. What does this charming Fey form look like?
Oh,
Because this is a new trick.
yeah. I've done it a couple times actually. But yeah. So the charming Fey form is kind of like this robe of leaves of multicolors. Kind of two large, kind of elk antlers streaking back, and the wood still goes across the face, but it makes a very, as opposed to the very angular and scary, it has a very soft and welcoming feel to it.
I see.
Oh yeah, and how close are you guys all standing?
Are you gonna charm us?
Close.
Because yeah, we're within 10 feet.
Yeah.
Make wisdom saves.
I would like to request immunity. We've been around this for so long.
Yeah, but he doesn't use this one as much.
Fair
Fair
enough. What is it? Wisdom?
Yeah.
Wisdom.
Ooh. Damn it.
Oh wow, everyone but Penn failed.
Yeah. So everyone else finds him much more charming now, except for Penn.
Yep, same
The idea
guy.
behind this is that we should be going to the party. Understand? Oh yeah, and Richard starts trying to be a little Irish.
I wasn't sure whether we were supposed to let that slip by or not.
So, does everyone have like party appropriate clothing?
I mean, I just switched into mine. I don't know about the rest of you.
This not. I don't know.
Have you seen me?
I mean, Guy is ready for a party wherever we go. I mean, look at the man. Party people all the way.
Richard, you sound so different in your voice.
Yeah, well, it's a new thing I'm trying. You know, normally it's all the gruff and angry, and that's generally a more fear-associated feeling. But when you change into this, the wood changes and everything is a bit more you as opposed to oak, and it's just a lovely little tiny bit of pizzazz.
Yes, you'd have to say.
I'm not affected by this. I rolled a 21.
Could we say that the timbre of his voice changed? Would that be-
Ha
Oh gosh.
Oh, definitely. I mean, you'd be absolutely correct in that, Guy. You handsome devil,
The
yeah.
rest of the night fighting off the urge to do that accent.
All right. So look, I don't think the question is whether or not we're going. We appear to be going. It's in the best interest. The question is, Kithri does not want to have a high profile, and I respect the heck out of that because we don't know what we're in for here. I don't want to go in arrogant and ablazing because I don't even know if that's us anyway.
Arrogant? No, I don't think we'd be going in arrogant. I think we'd be going in a bit more kind of the sly way. Everyone knows that we're coming in. And they know it in style, but they're not afraid. No. They see us and they go, wow, look at that bunch of handsome devils, them.
You talk a lot more in this form too, eh?
Yep. All right, look.
Let me tell you, you guys want to come in sneaky, eh? How about
Well, maybe not sneaky, but just not on
not
a
a
flaming horse.
Okay, we do, yeah. Okay, I see that maybe that's a bit. Once we are inside, Guy is. I am going to disappear, eh? There's some trick I do, but I never really do it because I never before want to really blend in and be inconspicuous. But it's kind of a thing I can do, eh? So. My plan, I look like one of the waiters, and I serve the head table all night, and I hear what I hear, and you guys try not to get into fight, eh?
That sounds like a marvelous idea, Guy. And also, you know,
Someone's gonna
let me
punch him.
this one. I'm gonna mess everyone up with this today, aren't I?
This is going to be ongoing.
It will become normal.
To be swayed.
I am stone. Okay.
Okay.
Ben, you can be swayed. It's just you're not charmed magically.
No,
Ah.
I know.
You can be charmed the regular way. Because you know Richard is quite a handsome devil now, isn't he?
I mean, I've always thought that, but you know, I've gotten used to rugged and like punch you in the face, Richard. So this is a change for me.
He's snorting wood in a different way today.
Haha.
It's been weeks and weeks since I made a pun about him.
All right. Well, we have an evening. We can head out in the morning if we'd like. I would like to hit some shops in town before. Is there anything else we need to do in Waterdeep while we're
Well,
there?
It's tomorrow night, right? The party?
yes, it's
yeah.
tomorrow night, but you guys might want to head out to town a day ahead, just so you
Oh.
can arrive.
It's going to take a full day's travel, right? Especially if we're not taking ye old magic.
Yeah. If you're not flying in on a blazing horse and you're going the old-fashioned way.
Okay.
You know, maybe if I talk to Veronica enough, she might be able to take a little bit of the
Maybe
Fade
not.
presence with her. I'm sorry, I'm afraid that it is Veronica in this sense.
I guess for now it is. God damn it.
I keep telling you, it's Lady Bellonica. Eh? It all works out in the end. Eh?
Yes, that's true. Well, yeah, I guess if we're heading out to Waterdeep today, that's yeah. So
It's still morning, isn't it? Because we just ate breakfast and came.
Yeah, it's still morning here, so you guys have some time to prepare and that kind of thing. But it might be a good idea to head out today so you can be there on,
Yeah.
You don't want to get caught in traffic in like the castle ward and then not be able to make it on time. You know how it is.
How are we traveling again? Lady Bella, right?
Veronica, we are definitely
I
traveling with
decided we're
Veronica.
not going that route.
You could try to
I
make her
want to. I want to show up like kaboom, like the red carpet treatment is not enough for us, eh? But
He's got a boombox.
well, we can at least take her to like
We can take her to the
Water.
outskirts.
We have gargoyles.
oh, that's a subtle entrance, eh? On the street, hey, we are here.
maybe not the gargoyles we stole.
We get some big chains, maybe.
We didn't.
We
steal
acquired-
them.
We most
them.
definitely stole them, Pen.
We acquired them.
It's not stealing if it's from evil. That's the rule. Which is why,
Flexible
while we're
rules
there,
like that make me worry about you sometimes, eh?
I don't understand this whole morality thing. It's like bad is bad, but if you do bad to bad, that's still bad. Which I get. Well, yeah.
Yes, you do understand. You just said it perfectly, eh?
Now that I say it out loud.
Oh, you know what? Before we head out, I should talk to William. Make sure that the dragon egg is taken care of and such.
Yeah, that would.
William, boyo!
Oh, I want to see his face.
Yes. I was really hoping. You have to re-meet everyone now, and they're all gonna be.
Who is that?
Who killed Richard?
Kind of reminds me of Richard, but completely different.
William, little one, it's me, Richard!
You look like you're going to a party.
And that is the general idea behind it. We're going to do the and the fun dancing and such.
Yeah, okay. We
So,
served
William-
drinks at a couple of those.
That sounds lovely. But William, what I'm talking to you about right now is I need you to make sure the dragon egg is taken care of. It's about to hatch soon. And you might need these things in case things go poorly.
I'm
So,
so weirded out right now.
so William, first here is a potion of animal friendship.
Okay.
Secondly, a scroll of thunderbolt. Please don't use it.
I didn't think dragons were animals.
We'll find out when it happens.
Okay.
Say Thunderbolt? Two-
That bad?
Oh,
I'm
shit.
giving the 10-year-old a thunderbolt scroll.
Yeah, says the lady who gave him a dagger.
I
And-
gave
and
him
now
a
see-
real dagger.
Very reasonable in that decision. Eh?
All right. Well, I'm definitely not going to read this Thunderbolt scroll,
William,
but I am going to go look after the dragon.
good boyo. You make sure that you make everything safe, okay?
Absolutely.
Did he make a wisdom save when he walked up?
He is, for some reason, unaffected.
Excellent.
You think it might have something to do with his infernal lineage.
Well, that and he worships you anyway.
Like a big brother who, when your big brother starts acting really weird all of a sudden. It's like, is he going through something? Is he going to be okay?
He's going to start bringing girls over.
Oh boy,
That makes sense. His voice is changing.
Yeah.
Personality's changing. It's puberty.
I do want to ask MT1 if there is a teleportation circle thing to Waterdeep, just so we know.
There was. Originally in the old estate,
Oh,
the Avalon Knights Academy held an estate in Waterdeep. Although I'm not certain of its status currently, it may be something to look into.
well, I guess if we're there, we can look into. Okay.
I mean, if we go there, can we fix it?
If you can get to the teleportation circle, call me through the sending stones, and I'll be able to resync it to ours. I do hope that there's no one else living there.
I'm pretty.
Oh, I'm sure they'll be clearing out pretty soon, anyways.
I'm pretty sure
One
we
way or the other.
know someone who was there, and I look at Geek because he's the last one I handed the pocket watch to and completely forgot about.
Oh, you want this? Take this. I don't like this thing. That guy always show up right behind me.
Well, did he come back with? Yeah, he had to because we already switched minds. I guess I'm gonna flip that open and look for Walter and ask wherever he went.
Yes, right here, sir.
Walter, you used to keep the estate back in Waterdeep for the Avalon Knights, did you not?
Indeed, I did, sir. I was the finest butler in Waterdeep.
I wholeheartedly believe it. But what happened? I mean, we know what happened to you, but what happened to the estate after that?
After the attack that ended my life, the estate was not maintained properly and has since fallen in disrepair. I haven't been out lately. I can't imagine anyone's purchased it unless they're into fixing the place up. I imagine it's some kind of narcotics den.
Okay, then for sure we check it out, very thoroughly.
So I'm going to guess that there are a lot of people chasing the purple dragon there, aren't they?
I'm not familiar with the phrase, sir.
Ah,
I introduced you to Whistle Whip. He introduced you to all kind of phrases you're not used to.
I was under the impression that worms were purple, not dragons.
We
That
just
depends
saw a
how
bunch
many
of
and what
worms.
kind of mushroom you have just eaten.
I'm beginning to think we're not focused.
I'm just excited. We're going to a
What?
party.
Okay, well, so we're leaving today. I guess we need to get our effects together. Can't think of anything else we need other than anybody got a shopping list? I know I'm looking for a couple of things.
I mean, maybe see if we can pick up some spell scrolls for that, launcher thing.
Oh, right.
oh, that would be smart. William, I need the scroll back.
No backsies! He's runs across the...
William Ross is fine.
He can't go to my family with that scroll. I'm just putting it out there.
Hmm.
And the way he said he's definitely not going to read it. Feels like he's going to read it. He's gonna blast his face off. It's gonna end so badly for him.
Oh, Melanie's gonna be pissed.
Well, I didn't really want to get rid of this right now, but I don't really have any use for it. Do you think he'd trade you for this? And I hold out the Dragon Colt dagger.
William, you want a fancy dagger instead?
How fancy!
Very fancy. Makes ice go and explode everywhere.
All right, I'm gonna take a look. He comes out. He's got
Okay.
the scroll kind of bundled up in his hand, like he was clearly reading it and tried to hastily rewrap it.
Are there any objections before I show him this from anyone?
William, I just want to remind you of our lessons with the dagger and that it's not a toy.
Yes,
And William, I'd like to remind you. Sometimes the things that aren't supposed to be toys are the best toys.
I
Richard,
don't like new Richard. I barely liked old No, I'm kidding. Okay, well, I do that thing that you're not supposed to do with short people, but I do it anywhere where I kind of get down. And I'm just kind of like,
He's a kid. You can get down.
have you been practicing with your wand of web at all? Have you been working on your magic?
He looks around. I'm not supposed to play with the wand of web.
That leaves a lot to be read into. Either way, this dagger belongs to high-ranking members of a dragon cult.
That sounds
Pref-
awesome.
Yeah, it shoots ice. It's really cool. It really went with my aesthetic. But you see, I'm also not really a dagger guy. So you seem more of that kind. Have you really thought about your future here? Do you know what you like? Do you like magic? Do you like stabbing people? Do you like diplomacy?
He's 10.
Well,
It's never too early
the
to start
hell?
the education.
He's 10. He likes the stabbing people. Stabbing people's the fun. You put all of the holes in them.
Melissa says I gotta run the brewery someday.
Yes, but would you rather do that while you're stabbing people or while you're casting spells and being ooh?
I got a better idea.
That's-
Just dip this when you want to make a cold brew, and I just hand him this dagger, and
Oh, that's a good idea.
I reach out my hand though for the other scroll.
It's very reluctant. there's a long pause as both decisions are considered very carefully
Think
before
about it.
finally giving over the scroll.
Thank you. That'll last you longer anyway. And I hand the scroll back to Richard.
You are now
Right.
eternally responsible for the creation of ice beer, one of the worst things that has ever been served to another human being.
I was thinking iced coffee, and I got them mixed up. Ooh, you know.
He's not
But-
that kind of brewer. He's gonna grow up and he's gonna become a barista.
Yeah.
Be like, no.
It's not a pint, it's a grande.
Yeah.
Give me my-
So, all right, so there we unloaded the dagger. We got the scroll back. I really didn't gain anything out of that, other than knowing that I wanted to give it to him anyway, but still. All right, so we did that. Anybody else got anything else we need to do today? I wanted to do some training, but I need Kithri probably for that.
I mean, we can probably do a little bit and head off.
If that's okay. I don't want to
Got
strap
one
us for
very
time.
short stop I got to make. Eh?
You know, we have time. We have time, and I can rest on the way. I just drop the Fey form. All right, we good now?
Yeah, just give me a
Yeah.
minute.
Yep. All right.
I want to go and find Whistle Whip.
All right. Whistle Whip is if you wander around the Mage Tower,
Yeah.
there's usually like a trail of bottles,
Yep.
and occasionally MT1 will come out, grumble, collect the bottles, open cabinets,
deposit.
somehow even more bottles. Like it's just ongoing.
I followed the trail. There's a puddle of a goblin-shaped puddle at the end of it.
Oh, he's a deep gnome.
All right.
Yeah,
Wait.
but
He's the shape of a goblin.
yeah, he's roughly the shape of a goblin. You track him down, and he's like, just a little more. Just a little more. Perfect.
I let him finish his mixing. And then, hey, buddy,
Oh, that's the good stuff.
speaking of the good stuff, I got a question for you, eh?
Yeah, what do you need?
Somewhere in one of those pockets, you got maybe hopefully a liquid, like in drops form. Something that make the recipient maybe see some gods that aren't really there.
Oh. You want some
Hallucinogenics, yeah,
yeah, the good stuff. All right.
for sure. Fast acting, preferably, yeah. I don't care how long it lasts, maybe a couple minutes, maybe an hour, maybe 2 days. I don't care, but it's got to act quick, eh?
Okay.
I love this, but are we slowly becoming just the greatest evil in the realm, becoming a drug cartel?
Oh, I'm not selling this. This is free.
Yeah, but that's how it starts.
First dose is always free.
He goes into his various pockets and he pulls out like what look like some mushroom caps and some herbs, and he goes through some stuff. Give me about an hour. I gotta distill this.
I knew I could trust you, buddy.
Whatever you do, if you get it on your hands, don't touch your eyes.
For sure. Hey,
All right.
Make lots, eh? I need some for now, and I want this on the list of things that you and I do after this Blackwind bullshit.
Look, this will get me a bottle. If we can send some more people down, I might be able to make some more stuff for this.
All right, my friend. I'll be back in an hour.
All right. I'm gonna have a little sip, and then I'll give you the rest.
I don't expect you to do it sober, eh? Don't expect you to do nothing sober.
It's probably a safe assumption.
I assume shit blew up the last time you were sober.
Oh boy.
Anyone else for preparations?
I want to go to the training hall with
Oh,
Kithri if she's free.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Can I come as well? Just
Sure.
Training hall?
Yeah.
I'm also asking those two, not you.
No, well, I mean, you can go where you want. I mean, this is...
I was gonna say I don't care. I mean, I'm not gonna be good at what I'm about to try, but you're welcome to be around for it.
Cool.
So whatever. Whatever we get in there, I'm trying to pick up a shield.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
your new training hall in the spectral version of the keep that you can fairly easily traverse to gives you a collection of weapons to test with.
Cool. Shield it is.
All right. And what form of foe are you looking to instantiate?
Oh, I was hoping for Kithri.
Well, you don't need to instantiate her. She's right here.
I want to practice. And mainly, I'm gonna ask her. Be like, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm not really I'm hand-to-hand combat. I mean, I used to do some stuff with an axe, but that was way back when. You know, so this is more. I just want to see if I'm even capable of using this correctly. So.
Well, I don't really work with shields much, but my understanding is put it between you and whatever's going to hit you. So.
Sounds good. Come at me.
All right. I'll kind of square up and lunge in and try and catch him off guard.
All right. Kithri, I want you to roll an attack roll, and Pan, I want you to make a strength check.
Oh.
Oh no!
Medic!
Ah, Ben, I'm so sorry.
It's cool. I didn't need a heart.
Yeah, so you catch him a little bit.
A little bit.
It's like he says he's ready, but then he goes to lift the shield and he didn't realize how heavy it was, and you just kind of go and run him through.
Don't, well, the shield is supposed to, stop the blade, not swing up into it after I've already hit you.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I don't think it's supposed to feel like that. Am I hurt?
Yeah, you're
like
hurt. You've been hurt. You took 7 damage of hurt.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Can do you want anything? Do you want me to just leave you alone?
No, it's fine. This is the point of this. And I'm like, come on, I got this. I swear up again.
I'm gonna go over and pick up like a not my packed weapon to try and do this.
As you go to sheathe Duelist Companion, it says no, do it again.
My friend.
Kithri,
Yeah.
can I try? Possibly.
I'm
not going to go at you with my greatsword,
Yeah, okay.
and I'm not trying to kill you.
All right. Both reassuring statements.
Yeah, you're not going to supremely enjoy what's going to happen, though.
Well, shields up, I guess.
Well, we'll see.
Wow.
Let's not make any assumptions here.
Yeah, just checking one thing really quickly.
Okay.
Cool. All right. So I'm gonna pull out a long. So I'm pretty much going to instantiate my weapon as a longbow,
Okay.
and I don't have this rolled out in my sheet, so I'm just gonna roll a d20 and add 7 to it.
Okay. All right. Give me that another strength check to try and get this shield in front of
Oh
the
god
shot.
damn it!
That's 25 to hit.
It's a 10 strength.
All right, what's the damage?
I need to actually look it up now. It's a -1 to it. That's why I went with it.
Why can't this be a dex-based save? Not
Because-
that I think that's any better, but
Shields are heavy.
oh, it's literally not any better. So
It really isn't.
Yeah, 1d8 plus yours. Well, in your case, charisma, because you're packed at the blade, right?
Yeah,
There we go.
but -1 because this is a dex weapon.
Okay. So
4.
4 points of damage.
no, you only take 2. You partially deflect it, but it still catches you.
Hey, I'm getting better. Ow.
You want to go again, Pen?
What?
Maybe if we go again, use like a practice sword, like a wooden.
Yeah, do we have anything,
Yeah, this place is full of practice weapons. I don't know why you're doing it this way.
I'll go over and pick up a practice sword.
Pain is the best
I literally
teacher.
I literally just turned one of my weapons into a blunt, one of my arms into a blunt instrument.
Into a block.
It's basically a fist, but not spiky.
Ah, it's one of those
It's
shows.
a really
Okay.
long-
All right.
This is feeling less reasonable.
Do you want to go again? I've got a wooden sword.
I like that idea.
Okay.
Uh,
I'm just gonna roll a d20 because I don't have a wooden sword on my character sheet. So.
And this is how we lost Pen.
I am fine.
She tags you for 1 damage.
Oh, am I learning?
You're-
Yes.
it's gonna take more than this. This is 3 attempts to block attacks that have all hit you.
All
All
right.
right. Pen, you ready for one last one?
I don't like.
Because it's coming.
All right, and I ready up.
14.
You
Yeah.
block that one completely.
Ah. Cool. I know how to use shield now. I'm kidding.
Buddy.
All
Awesome.
right.
And the best part, you would have only taken 2 damage anyways.
There you go.
It's the little things. All right. Well, that was fun. Glad we did that. I feel the better for it.
I mean, do you? I mean, we got you pretty good, and I went with something I'm not good with, and Kithri just ran you through.
Sorry.
I think I learned I need to do some push-ups.
No, really?
No.
Is there like a magic that can like make you stronger temporarily?
Yeah, there's a bunch of things. Potions, all kinds of stuff.
Ion stones.
Well, look at that. Maybe.
Sure. Or, maybe shields just aren't your thing.
I would also agree with that.
I'm not there. I'm shutting up.
So, someone's got to do this, though.
All right, Pen,
But
pass me the
maybe-
shield. Shoot an Eldritch Blast.
Why would I?
What?
I don't think that works like that.
We're gonna see if it does.
Uh,
Okay, or use a practice. We can learn from our mistakes.
Yeah, but where's the fun in that?
you know what? He's right. And I whip off an Eldritch Blast after passing him off the shield. which I guess I should press the button for.
Hit.
And you have to roll 2.
I think you have the choice if you want to fire 2, right?
I don't think you have to shoot 2.
All right.
No.
Man. Well, still, this is going to go badly for me, so, you know.
All right.
No, it
Oh, you're good. You deflect. First try.
Okay. Well, there you have it. You can block it up, blast with the shield.
Kithri's just walking away from them.
Thank you for stabbing me. I appreciate
I'm sorry, are you okay? Can I get you anything?
it. Was wait, no, it was like half sarcasm. Like only a true friend would stab you. You know, that kind of thing.
I'm gonna buy you a book as an apology.
No, what? No, you don't have to do that. I'm fine. Like, literally, I'm just barely bleeding, and I have this stick that'll fix it. So, like, and we're gonna sleep on the way there.
This always happens when I try and... That's why my brother didn't like it when I had swords.
Yeah. Pen?
Damn it, I'm not there again. Open backstory and I'm not there.
I'm also going to say sorry. Feel free to look at my beautiful mind wall.
I don't want your beautiful mind wall. You know what I want, Richard.
No.
Fine. And I twirl my whatever poncho and cloak and walk out. But thank you though, because I needed that.
You know, in a way, I think we all did.
So,
Alright.
we all set?
What are we doing for clothes?
I have a fine set of clothes, so...
Hmm.
I mean, do I need to look any better than this? Because I'm pretty sure I'm fat.
I might want, like, more party attire.
I wish I
Yeah,
had,
I'm just
like,
Hold
an
on till we
Eldritch
get to the
Bedazzler.
Like, what you have on might be good for a party at Candlekeep, but Waterdeep is kind of a little,
Hoity-toity.
higher standards. Yes.
I don't have any better clothes than this.
Well, we can, if we're going to Waterdeep, there are places to buy clothes there.
How do I say I don't want to spend the little money we have on clothes? Somebody here we have to have some spare clothes around here. Maybe Calazar's got something in his closet, and I kind of walk in there and go down to the cellar.
Didn't Empty One have like a chest full of clothing though?
That was the lost and found. I think.
I mean, that's what we
If
use.
it's been lost and found this long, I think it's just lost, and we find it.
It's entirely possible. While you're trying to like go into this cellar and root through Calazar things, Tommy comes about. What are you doing?
First.
He looks like crap and he needs new clothes.
Yeah.
I'm not listening in from upstairs.
We're going to Waterdeep, and I need some clothes, and I figured Calazar wouldn't be needing them right this moment, and I kind of also wanted an excuse to go check on him, so this is kind of a ruse, but they don't know it. But
Finally, I will take care of you.
oh, sir, please.
and this is how we lost Pen. It's gonna happen.
Don't you put that on me.
And you are whisked away by the vampire bartender.
Okay, but no changes to the hat.
I'm just watching Whistle Whip get more and more wasted and still successfully distill this project. So I'm just fascinated by his ability to function in that state.
His constitution is impressive. And eventually, Pen, you emerge, and you have been poured into a finely tailored suit that nicely matches your hat, with some small cufflink embellishments that match the eye on your book.
Damn.
Ken, you
And
look quite.
it's
Dapper.
purple and blues.
I mean, you could give Guy a run for his money.
You're lucky I didn't hear that.
Thank you, Tommy. What did you do before this?
You live as long as me, you pick up a few hobbies.
Could I? Tommy, do you also have something for me? My thing just is a robe and very bloodied clothing.
I can do with something for you. Come my way.
I am both intrigued and worried.
If I had the nickel for every time.
You
What's a
have
nickel?
two nickels?
Yeah. Long story, you don't need to know.
The electrum piece. I think that's...
So he takes you in, and he does up for you. Okay, so you know in Batman Forever, right? And the way Tommy Lee Jones' Two-Face looked. He does up for you a suit that is basically that, but the other half is all like basically a mini like forest. It's mossy and green. There are growths coming out of it, and then the other half is a nicely tailored suit, perfectly split along the middle.
Is it at all kind of like the Harley Quinn pattern where it's split in the middle to the top and then split on the opposite side?
No, it's split the
It's one
same.
opposite leg and
It's split the same way all the way down. He did it
Alright.
the first way once, and then he's like, "No, I don't like it. Let's just do it that way."
All right.
Now
And
you have to do a duet.
Yeah.
Oh.
yeah, and I'm just gonna put on the mask and finish up the ensemble.
All right.
Gosh, now I'm curious. I'm a little jealous.
Come this way.
Ooh,
I can help you. I always hope you will ask. So he brings you in.
Takes you to the ball gown department.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Tommy's
And
Big is this
fashion.
room? Just
Tommy's
just
room.
like a small room and then a giant walk-in closet.
Yeah, and that's what it is. That's what Tommy's room is. It's a very modest, like a simple bed and a table, and this like enormous closet with like a mannequin, where he just makes clothes inside.
nice.
So he takes you in, and he does you up in this beautiful, like a ball gown, nicely suited for you, but it looks like you are the center of these kind of flames billowing up from around on this dress, and they start out orange and then they kind of go into a blue, and it kind of shimmers and has a little bit of a light to it, all of its own.
Oh, wow. Well, we're not going to be making a quiet entrance dress this way, but I like it.
You may keep it. Use it for all the finest things. And it does that thing that you saw, like in, when you turn it, like it looks like there's billowing flames coming off of you
Nice.
when you give it a spin.
Definitely, like when I get outside, like do a little spin and show.
Very Hunger Games of you.
Oh yes, absolutely. That's exactly what I was imagining. That's what I was going, but I couldn't think of Hunger Games for some reason. All right, so, all right. Does anybody else want to get a finely tailored party outfit from Tommy?
But
We
when I
we
see
should
the
tell
three of
Guy.
them all dressed, yeah. So I guess the subtle entrance is off, and I just do the Mask of Many Faces, and I'm still dressed the way I am, but every crease, every fold has got a little line of alternating black and clear diamonds on it, all over me. So when, especially outside in the light, when I move, everything sparkles.
Nice.
All
All right.
And it still worked as armor too. Let's go.
Oh wait, are we wearing armor under this?
Well, I don't usually
Under your suit,
wear armor, but Am I able to like buckle my sword on?
Yeah, it has a compartment. Like your dress has almost like a pocket that hides your sword. Yeah, it has pockets.
Just
This is how we know it's a fantasy world. It's a dress.
Yeah. The dress has pockets.
Yeah.
This is you need.
can't you
You
just
need.
summon your sword out of nothing? Because Pact of the Blade Warlocks can summon their weapons out of nothing.
That's true. She also just likes having it.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
mean,
It's a friend.
sword is friend.
So,
Oh.
you were unwanted approaches when you're wearing a sword.
Real quick though, because I totally forgot. Do you have a glove, Tommy, that I could borrow? Like a fine silken glove?
Tommy raises an eyebrow.
And I just kind of raise my hat, and Andy's under there.
Okay.
Does he do a little finger wave?
it's handy, so it's more like. But he roots through his various cupboards and cabinets, and he comes out with like this bedazzled like Michael Jackson glove.
I was hoping for.
Oh, right. Put Handy in it, I assume. Do I have to
He fights you every step of the way. It's like dressing a toddler.
Fine, listen, you have to look nice or the people will burn you at the stake or something, so just get in the glove.
But you do eventually subdue him.
There we go. All right, back under the hat. Foop.
All right. Well, we're definitely dressed for a party.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And maybe we put the finery away until we actually go to the party, eh? If we wear that all day in the coach, we're going to look like shit when we get there, eh?
I guess that's true.
Tommy, is any part of this plant? Or is most of it plant?
It has plant components, but I've taken special care.
I'm pretty much just going to try to absorb it into myself so I can...
you get to about half.
Yeah.
Now you're wearing half a suit.
And then it's just, excuse me. I just put my cloak on.
Okay.
It's like a weird wedgie.
Not even a weird wedgie, you just see like one testicle hanging out.
Oh God. Oh fuck that image. Okay.
All right, so I don't know. Well, what if we left right now? What time would we get to Waterdeep?
So by the time you guys have had good outfits made for you and everything like that, it's going to be the evening time by the time you get to Waterdeep.
How many doses of hallucinogenic drops did I get? And is it drops or am I going to have to pour this by the cup?
It's a vial that he gives you, and there's a lot of drops in this. And he says, look, just don't give anybody more than 4 drops. And if they haven't had any before, don't give them more than 2.
That's very good advice, eh?
Okay.
I mean, I don't think I'm going to take it, but it's very good advice, eh?
Well, it's good to see all of you again. Good luck at your assembly.
Thanks you, man, for sure. Hey, we're going to have a good time, and then like
You're
I said,
the only one there.
yeah, oh yeah, more than one of me. Yeah, there may be more than one of me. You never know. He might be right. Yeah, I assumed he was seeing multiples of me. Yeah, for
Okay.
sure, buddy. We have a party, all of us, when I get back, eh?
That sounds amazing. Bring me a drink.
Here, and I hand him one.
Oh, perfect. Thanks so much. I knew I could count on you. I'm going to go mix up some things that you don't need to know about.
All right, put them on the list, buddy. And yeah, put the vial away someplace safe.
All right.
I'd like to imagine that if the Blackwind fight doesn't kill Guy, the weekend of partying, Will.
10 days. 10 days. I promised him 10 days.
10 days.
If I survive that, I got a weekend with Lilith as well. So.
Wait.
Yeah, we're gonna
Okay.
go Waterdeep and get blasted.
Uh-oh. Lightning is struck Pen's right brain.
So as we're packing up and getting ready, I look over at the tree and something dawns on me, and I'm like, what if we took Lord Zelos back his automaton man and said that we apprehended the folks who actually took it and that we're returning it, and he might even give us a reward because we can't do anything with that. We've already studied it, and it's honestly more of a liability here. We took the spell book off of it. I don't see the harm in giving it back.
Yeah, but
You
you
don't
do
think
realize it's in the
he
middle of a
had
tree.
Also, I don't want him to have it, so he can fix it and.
The first place, all that would prove is that we now have the phylactery. We'd be telling him something he don't need to know for sure.
No. We're saying we apprehended the people who had.
Pen.
taken-
Yeah, but he sent them.
In a tree.
No. Well, yes, but Guy, what I'm saying is that not that we apprehended those people, that we apprehended the people who had stolen him, because we saw
But-
it.
Those
Wasn't
people
stolen.
also took
Those-
the box.
No.
Fine. I just wanted some more money, and I thought it might get us in some good footing with Lord Zelos, even though I don't really want it.
I'm in favor of this plan. I'm excited to be a part of it.
Maybe if we were to say
That's why we don't do it. If that guy says something stupid, then we don't do it.
or perhaps if we were to say we stumbled across it on the side of the road, like it had
Yeah.
been
that.
abandoned.
Either way, I think it might be a good chip because we can't do anything, and I'm more worried about it being here because it's
Why you
evident.
need the chip? We are already getting in the party.
But we could get even further.
Pen. It's a bad idea. Let it go.
I don't understand. We walk in the front door with one of his metal men, and like he don't even work now. So we wheel him in like a wheelbarrow and say, "Here, this is yours. I think you lost it." Oh, by the way,
It found
this is the
return
party
too.
at which he officially about to release these same thing to the public.
Oh,
We show
that's a
up
good
early
point.
with one. This is not
That's-
a good idea, mon ami.
That's a good point.
I think maybe you left part of your brain in the other pen when you pat the hat a little bit, eh?
But maybe we can pick up like a quick job or something in Waterdeep to earn some extra cash.
Maybe.
There's always work in Waterdeep.
I don't want to work. I just wanted money, but it's fine.
I'd like to roll to slap Pen.
You just want money, mon ami. We steal.
That did not do anything.
It's no problem. We steal from the place. I don't care. Steal from the party.
Oh, now I'm not opposed. Wait a minute. I suggested this earlier, and you said I was wrong. I said it's not bad if you
said
steal
it was
from evil.
questionable ethics. I didn't say it was wrong.
Oh well. Hey, look, and I look at everybody. I'm like, can we agree that stealing? Well, we already did it, so I don't think any of you hypocrites could really say anything about stealing from Lord Zelos. 'cause
I'd
we
like
already-
to slap Pen again.
You
We have
can't-
all done evil, eh? Every
Stealing
single
at
one
a
of us.
party might be a little
16.
That probably hits.
I don't know. What is your AC?
It is that plus 1, so yes, that hits.
Okay.
Take 2 damage.
Oh my god.
Slap.
And I just look at Richard and I'm like, really?
Pen, we're not talking ethics or morality. We just want to steal stuff. Let's steal stuff.
That you have to know why you're stealing stuff. That's
They're
important.
bad people. That's all that matters.
We are
Adjourned.
there.
Yeah, that's it.
I was kidding when I said steal. You want to steal when we get to Waterdeep, steal from somebody else. Don't piss off our host at the party, eh?
yeah, maybe the party is a good place to go and like get information and maybe like and all that, but not a good place to go and get gold.
Fine. I just
How
this
much
party-
silverware you can sneak under your hat?
My hat is occupied. First of all,
That's why you have handy. Hold on to the silverware.
he has to hold on to my head, and he's also what keeps my hat on. How do you think I keep this hat on during combat? That'd be
Sheer
ridiculous.
Force of will.
I don't know that spell yet. Anyway. Okay. No, we won't steal unless we do. And we'll go and okay. I still don't know how this party's gonna lay out, so I'm still open to interpretation.
All I think we do is gather information. Eh? You know, they invite us. They want us there.
But why?
I don't know why that confuses me. Why you invite somebody you... I mean, we're not exactly on the same team. Eh?
Well, I don't think we've done anything against Lord Zelos to their knowledge, and they've helped. Well, at least Owen Stones seem to have been helping us. Kind
Also,
of
it's
helping
Remember
us.
the deal Kashano made?
And,
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, inviting your enemy to a party is kind. Titania did this all the time. She'd make me drive a carriage while she slowly passed her rival's house so she could show off the latest hat. And her rival could see it through the window and become jealous.
Hmm.
Started like 3 civil wars with that.
Well, I think the point of the show, it says in the invitation that they're releasing a new thing. Eh? I mean, I'm pretty sure we know what that is. Eh? These metal men. So at the very least, we get to see all the new models. Eh? The
Perhaps learn.
1019 models. Eh?
Perhaps learn a little bit more about them. And hey, maybe we can also sow some, you know, hey, these aren't super great. I heard a rumor that they killed an entire village.
I'm so good at that. You guys heard about how they
The other
I
thing
think
I'm
these are
thinking,
evil.
we pretend we want to buy some of them, so we get the specs. Eh?
Oh boy. You do know we're broke, right?
Yeah, I was about to
I
point
said
that out.
pretend to buy. Eh? You never go to a cart dealership and have them take you on the test drive in the cart when you got no money. Same thing. Eh? We pretend we want to buy them. Eh? We see the demo. We see what they can do, and then we take that information back with us. Eh?
Guy, maybe you should be in charge of that. They look at me and they just smell poor.
They look at you. They smell moss.
What? Taking a step back, though, you mentioned Kashano's problem. Can we review that? What do we know about that again? Oh, sorry, Kithri.
Cut a deal, right? He cut the deal with this guy.
With whom, though? I can't remember. Was it the Zentarum or
The
I-
Zentara, he was needed to get. All I have written down is Zentarum and Kashano. I don't remember.
Carlos is the Zentarum, right? Isn't that aren't they?
Yeah.
connected?
He agreed to get rid of the Zentarum.
No, he agreed to get rid of an assassination clan that's getting in on the Zentaran's turf.
The Black Hand.
His plan to do that was to invite them to join the keep, and we all got pissy at him, and so then he said, no, we're not going to do that.
But that's in Waterdeep, right?
Yeah.
Both factions are in Waterdeep.
I don't want to make a deal with you.
Although technically the Zentarum is everywhere.
I feel like it's very important to reiterate, who are we supposed to be getting rid of again? Because I don't want to do the wrong side.
And
The
right now-
Rogues Order Black Hand.
We're not getting rid of anybody at this party. We are just going.
I know, but we can keep our ears open.
You keep your ears open for everybody, yeah, for sure.
Can we stop talking and just get going?
We can talk on the way.
I assumed we were already on the way, actually.
No, you guys hadn't left yet. But you're welcome to it.
Bye,
All
Keith.
right. So we'll say you're in transit while you're having these discussions.
All right. Well, also while we're on the way, so I mentioned my family before, and they're in Waterdeep, so I'll probably should stop by and say hello, because if my mama finds out that I was in Waterdeep and I didn't stop and say hello, I'm never going to hear the end of it. So I should.
Your mother's in Waterdeep?
Yeah.
You said they were, when we were going to send William to them, weren't they in the beautiful place in the countryside somewhere?
I just didn't say where they were. Just that they were someplace safe. Which...
That is true. That is what you said. Eh?
That is accurate.
So yeah, so if we do run into them, I mean, Penn kind of already knows some of this, but so my family are street performers.
That's amazing.
Oh, that wasn't the reaction I was expecting. That's
Yeah, I
good.
mean,
You mean like busker sort of thing? Like
Buskers, juggler, stilt walking, games of chance,
like a carnival?
kind of.
Why you leave that to come and do this crazy shit, eh?
I mean, if I knew I had a family, I wouldn't leave any of them.
I mean, I was not super great at all of that, and I promised my grandpa I would find out what happened to the family name. So.
That sounds like a story that need a drink, eh?
That would probably help my nerves.
I'm gonna pull out my flask of cookies mead and just pass it to the back.
How long it's been since you seen them, eh?
I mean, I've written them letters, and I saw my dad not too long ago while we were up in, what was that town with the werewolves?
Yes.
That's
The
our-
werewolf town.
Yeah,
Oh, that was, it wasn't Travers.
it was like last week or something.
It wasn't
Town.
It was like a log. It was a log bearing town. I can't remember what the town's name.
I'd have to go back in my notes, but it's not important.
Travers.
Yeah, there we go.
Travers.
Yeah,
It
it was
was
Travers.
Travers?
Yeah,
I think
it's
so.
Travers.
That makes sense.
Reverse.
All right.
So that was a very long-winded way of not answering the question I asked, eh?
Oh, which was,
How long it's been since you seen your mom, eh? That's a long time, eh?
I'm not really sure how long. Yeah, it's been a while.
So maybe we take you to your mom before we go to the party, eh? Just in case there's a fight at the party. I don't think we should take you home all beat up, eh? Should maybe make you stay. You know, a mom's out, eh?
Sure, we could swing by tonight. They're usually out performing, but we could try and catch them.
We can see them in the show.
Well, yeah, I don't know what where they perform, what their schedule is now. Kind of changes up with different what's going on in the city, and
They travel, don't they?
some. It's mostly just around, like, okay, if there's a ship that's just come in, they'll try and catch people who aren't as familiar, and that's a really good place to do the shell game. If folks don't know that, easy way to get money.
I am almost speechless. This is so amazing. You are maybe security or something at this carnival?
No, I usually just kind of, like, I did the shell game a little bit, and mostly I just kind of took care of my grandpa, and kind of helped out with, like, a few other things. I was kind of a little too, I don't know, young. I don't know.
You don't sound proud at all, eh? But I mean, performer.
Yeah, I guess it's the, like, you know, it was easier to pretending I was this great adventurer when nobody knew how the trick worked. As my grandpa always said, it's easier to fool the audience when they don't know how the trick works.
Yeah, that makes sense if you're going to fool the audience, but don't take this the wrong way, young lady, but you don't fool nobody.
Well, that's good to know.
I was about to say, I'm confused. I mean, you may have lied on your resume essentially, but you've become what you were, so you faked it till you made it. Now you've made it, so yay.
Ben, you could sound a little less enthusiastic. Come on. We're in a... I mean, come on, man. I'm driving.
So, for the purposes of the journey, Lady Bella / Veronica has instantiated herself into a simple form. And you guys have finally arrived at the north wall of Waterdeep. You're ushered through the gates fairly easily, and once you show your invitations, you're advised that you have accommodations waiting for you in the castle ward.
Oh, well, look, we can just go to the castle ward and we can stop by and see my family, like, after the party.
You know, I know this.
You keep that big fake smile right there, eh? That's like the word. You know, I said it before. I want to play poker with you before because that face don't hide nothing, eh? Why are you so scared? You are coming. Pen is right. You are coming back at Eero. Why are you afraid?
I mean,
Do you want to talk about this now or do you want to talk about this later?
later.
Let's pick up this conversation never. Okay.
Feeling.
Just feels a lot. I think we can take a break.
As the cart enters the second gates directly into the city, you're moving down one of the main roads between the North Ward and the which one is that? The Sea Ward. It's quite dark. The sun has gone down. The streets more or less vacant. There are a few vagrants moving about, a couple people stumbling home from a wild night. And you notice as you are passing what appears to be a fairly nice home in the North Ward, there are a group of the City Watch and what appears to be some wizards and investigators investigating a home.
Do we want to go in or do we want to go home? Go and sleep.
I don't see how this got anything to do with us, eh?
Cool. Yeah.
So you keep on going, and then deeper in, you notice there's a similar scene playing out down an alleyway.
I wonder.
I'm just gonna look at it with. I've got the mask on. I'm gonna look at it.
City Watch investigators, Homicide Division, deceased.
If we see a third one, it's a serial killer. If not, it's just a regular killer.
But technically, if they did 3 all in a row, they're a spree killer, but okay.
Yeah.
On your way to the estate in the Castle Ward, where your accommodations are, you come across 4 more homes being investigated in the same fashion.
So I would like to maybe go check on my family tonight.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely, eh? Where they live, let's go.
I just need right and left.
Even for this side, the city this size, this is too many, eh?
All right. And we will go and check on Kithri's family after the break.
Three most evil words in all of well, pardon me, the second three, because the worst three are until next week.
Yeah, until next week.
Well, Kithri's family. That's something we've all been waiting for quite a while. Can't wait to see what's in store here. This seems like a good time to, for one, thank our newest subscriber, Colin DM. Thank you for joining us here at the Academy. But also to mention a new thing we've decided we're going to do for this month of September, also known as Subtember, where paid subs are half off. And of course, those Prime subs are always free. But any revenue we make from subs this month, we are going to give to Extra Life as part of our charity campaign.
Yeah.
As a lich, this isn't something I need to worry about, but you mortals need to consider your health and the science behind it, and we need to support these things. So please subscribe this month before September. When does it end? Does anyone know?
In October.
Subscribe now so that
Before October.
so you can help contribute to Extra Life and Children's Miracle Network. And stay tuned for this message from our producer, who's going to give you a very rough cut of how our audio works. But we'll get to the drama on Too Many Warlocks. Okay, I hope you all enjoyed that nice little rest, because it's about to get strange, as it always does in Waterdeep. We've got a halfling, not too comfortable going to see her family again. We've got a party that yet to be discovered, and Ben just learned that there's the City of the Dead, so we'll see how that turns out. Too many Warlocks.
Welcome back. When last we left our heroes, grisly murder in the streets of Waterdeep. Run red. No, have come to Waterdeep in an effort to go to a fancy party with Lord Zelos, only to find there's an unusually large amount of murder investigations going on. So everyone's decided that maybe this is a good time to go check on Kithri's family, because we had some revelations there. So we're all heading off to Kithri's family home. So as you guys move to the streets, you notice the investigations get more frequent after you move out of the upper class wards, the trade and the castle wards, and as you start move into the trade district, you eventually come across a modest home with a cart outside. It says Tealeaf's family remedies.
Oh, Mom's still doing that. Okay, that's good to know.
God, gotta love scam artists.
I'm gonna hop off the cart and run up to the door and knock.
You knock on the door, and Garrett opens the door. Your oldest brother.
Okay. Hey, hi.
Oh, if it isn't the Dragon Slayer.
Oh yeah. Mom read the letter.
Yeah. It's good to see you. Good to see you're still in one piece.
Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't I be in one piece? Garrett, I'd like to introduce you to some friends of mine. This is Penn and Richard and Guy. This is my brother Garrett.
kind of leans to the side and looks at everybody. You know, the one guy's like part tree, right?
Yeah, maybe not bring that up. You know, like most folks.
It's okay. He's not even the weirdest one of us. Don't worry.
Really am not.
And with awakened mind, I say directly to him, "Yeah, we get pretty weird."
Could you ask him not to do that?
Yes.
Anyways, I'm glad you're here. It took everything I had to get Mom and Dad to close up the shop early tonight. Things have been crazy in town.
Yeah, what's going on? Is everyone okay? Have you heard from oh. Never mind. I got my brothers mixed up. Is everyone here? Is everyone okay?
Yeah, everything's all right. I was worried. So I put my stuff on hold just to make sure everybody's all right. And I'm guessing you had the same idea.
Along those lines.
Well, Mom and Dad have brought home another guest, so I guess a couple more won't matter. It's been a good day out at the markets, so they've got a stew on.
Okay. Do you mind if we all come in?
Sure.
All right. You guys might need to duck a little.
Yeah, it's a halfling house. Some accommodations are made for normal-sized people. But you notice that it is unusual to see Garrett here, given anything. And this kind of gives you the impression that perhaps things are a bit more dire than you thought. But as you guys are led inside, it's pretty standard family home stuff. You know, there's pictures of little Kithri and little family heirlooms about, and there's some performing gear and some band instruments and things, and you're brought into a sitting room. And in the sitting room, there are a older tiefling male, an older tiefling woman, another little bit older than Kithri tiefling woman, and then another man, and then another woman, and then sat in a corner near a fireplace, carefully tuning a violin, there is a tabaxi.
Do I recognize him?
Yeah, you do.
Holy fuck, imagine that, meeting you here again, eh?
Ah, my friend. I see you know how to find good hospitality as well.
Did we see him?
You guys maybe didn't see him as much.
I certainly never said his name. We checked that very
No.
well. So,
And Kithri, your mother, says, "Oh, do you guys know each other? He was a great help in the markets today. He brought in a ton of people, and we all split the take. So we decided to invite him over for dinner."
Oh, wonderful.
he's really impressive. He make me wear a dress and dance for 4 hours. Eh?
I did not make you wear the dress. He says with a wink.
You're for sure that is technically true, yeah? No, I take it back.
With awakened mind, I'm just gonna essentially mentally tap on Kithri's brain and just be like, please don't take this the wrong way, but do I need to like watch my bag here? Or like, I'm not trying to insult your family, please understand that, but you did, tell us that
Wow.
We're street performers. We're not pickpockets.
I didn't know you were talking about the shell game. This is all an awakened mind. Because like up until this point, imagine like public transit, how you have your backpack held in like.
Penn is that rich kid who went out of his family estate directly to private school and has never lived in the real world.
I'm just going to like purposely take off my bag and like set it down, staring at Penn, and like lean back, relaxed.
So your papa says, "So, are you going to introduce us to all your friends? Did you forget your manners out on your adventures?"
No, there were new people here, and you haven't introduced them. But
Oh,
okay,
of course. This is our new friend. This is our new friend, Kashano the Wild. He plays a mean violin, and he's a bard. The Wild.
You guys recognize him? He was the one that. And he just stops because there's no way to explain what happened without talking about metal people. Just,
So this is these are my friends and my group that we go on an adventure. So this is Richard, this is Penn, and this is Guy.
Pleasure.
it is a great pleasure to finally meet you.
All right, so Papa does the old man sit up and goes to each one of you. I'm Jolin. Nice to meet you. And if you need some tonics to, herbal remedies to take care of anything, you've got a tree thing going on. If you want some help with that, that's my business.
The prune me is not something we really want to revisit.
If you really want to scare the shit out of him, scream the loud fungicide word really loud, eh?
And the other older woman introduces herself as Riley. She is Kithri's mother.
Hi, Mama.
So,
Hi, dear. It's good to see you're all doing all right. We're fine.
Good. We were just checking in.
Your dad is the tiefling? Or one of the tieflings?
Sorry, halfling. Did I say tiefling? I meant halfling.
Okay, because there was a talk about a whole room full of tieflings when we
halfling. Ugh.
Okay, that changes so much.
Okay.
My mistake. It was my bad. See, you guys didn't even catch me.
Well, I just assumed it was an extra twist.
No.
Oh, wow, where mom's a halfling, your dad's a tiefling. Holy shit.
Okay, no. They're all halflings. They're all halflings.
Like Kashana.
Except for...
Yeah, they're all like Kashana. The man who opened the door introduces himself as Garrett. He says he's a cobbler. Then one of the other girls introduces herself as Rosalie, and she seems very nimble. And then one of the
Penn is holding his bag more tightly now.
One of the other people introduces himself as Halbin, and then the last woman introduces herself as Elriana, Halbin's wife. And Kithri, your mother, says, "Well, I mean, if you're here anyways, you might as well stay for dinner."
I won't pass up one of Mama's great dinners.
It's a really good stew tonight. Our new friend brought in so much coin.
Wonderful. So what has been going on in town? I saw as we were coming in a bunch of like murder investigations. Is everyone okay?
Your papa kind of takes a seat in his favorite chair. The whole town's gone crazy.
I'll watch Kashano the Wild while this conversation's going on.
He's just kind of watching everything, tuning his violin. He's got a big cat smile on his face. Look, don't worry yourself too much about it. But there has been a rise in violence in the city over the past week.
Sounds great.
And there's something we got to do about the city guard. Because they're they're not cutting it. I don't know what it is, but they can't handle this anymore.
Awaken mind to the rest of the group. I have an idea. I hope I'm wrong. I'll tell you later.
I kind of wish I didn't do that every episode.
It's like, what's the point of awakened mind if you can't tell us these things?
Okay. Maybe this is a setup to show off the new metal guys as replacements for the City Watch.
That sounds perfectly reasonable. Exactly good timing for this, eh? I was going to ask, maybe it's better if you ask. I mean, is your family? He said the guard don't do nothing. They don't do it, or they can't handle it. Like they don't show up, or they show up and they don't know what to do.
They can't handle it. They've been trying to figure this out for weeks now, and it just keeps getting
Into
worse.
my mind, eh?
Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking to him.
I would have conveyed that anyhow.
Yeah. It's just getting worse. I mean, if our new friend Kashano hadn't come out today, we'd have had another low earning day because just nobody's coming out to the markets anymore.
Well, yeah, that kind of panic is not good for business.
No, you don't even want to see the docks. Hell, half of them have been bought up by that Zellos guy.
Speaking
Have
of
they now?
You know who is having a big party with lots of people at it?
Oh. Are you saying this with awakened mind or out loud?
I said that out loud, but kind of more quietly to keep.
Papa perks right up. You said party.
No, just like this thing that we're going to later.
One of those fancy dues where you have to wear a suit and a tie and the whole foolish business.
I just like step on Guy's foot.
What? I am trying to help, eh?
Now, Little Leaf, you're telling me that you got a hookup at a big fancy party.
It's not a hookup.
I'm afraid we don't.
Yeah, we just were invited.
Unfortunately, we're more.
But
You're
there wasn't-
invited.
But they're like no +1 or anything. Like just us.
Are you sure?
Yes.
But you know where it is.
Unfortunately, we don't. Someone's gonna come and get us.
There'll be a lot of wealthy folks there, a lot of drink going around.
Honestly, I don't know.
Probably not.
Awakened
My
mind.
ears
What
are
are we
smoking.
doing?
I'm watching Kashano. I just locked on him because I want to see his reaction to this.
He's giggling a little bit to himself. Then he finishes tuning and just starts playing a soft melody on his violin. Meanwhile, Kithri's mother has poured out some bowls of stew and is now taking them around place to place to everyone.
Thanks, Mama.
No problem, dear. It's really nothing to worry about. This town has been through way worse things in the past.
I want to use
Well-
message. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say. Well, I just wanted to check in on you and say hi since I was in town and figured, hi.
Thank you so much for joining us, and thanks for coming in for dinner. And I mean, you come by on a good day. Do you ever think that, have you met anybody out on your adventures?
Mom.
Have you?
Mama.
Okay. I'm sorry. Look, your brothers, Garrett still won't tell me.
Yeah, I'm just gonna look over at Halbin and be like, so Halbin, how's that, getting Mama a grandbaby going?
He's just like, can't talk, eating. He's like, a spoonful of stew goes into his mouth.
Oh, I mean, well,
And Elrana goes, yeah, how is it going?
I'm just going to sit back at this point, enjoy the stew, watch the show.
I'm doing that thing where I'm just putting food in my mouth because it's awkward. And I want to be doing something.
I love the discomfort and the painful moments of watching all of that, but at the same time, I'm messaging Kashano the Wild. So we see you at the party tonight.
Oh, I don't think I'm invited.
That's not what I asked. I'll cast it twice if I have to.
No, I think I would be busy that night.
Because he's a murderer. I'm kidding.
J'accuse!
That's exactly the nod I give him. Like, oh, okay, yeah, I get it.
J'accuse! So partway through dinner, Kithri, Garrett kind of comes up behind you and gives you a kind of tug. Hey, can I talk to you for a minute?
Yeah, I will kind of slide out, like, I'm just going to use the restroom.
The only person I know here.
Yeah, that moment where you go to somebody's parents' house and they leave.
Sorry. I'm just going to, in Undercommon, kind of mutter under my breath, damn, the soup is good. And just look to see if there's any reaction.
And the tabaxi in the corner replies back in Undercommon and says, yes, very good.
So all Kashanos speak Undercommon. Great.
So once Garrett has you aside, he says, look, I think we need to convince Mom and Dad to get out of town for a while.
Okay. Like, how long for a while?
Like, until this gets sorted out. I'm worried about them. In the last week, 3 murders happened in the market.
Oh,
And these were rich people, Kithri.
yeah. Yeah, and if the city's not catching the rich people murders, something happens.
It's not like the stuff that happens at the docks or the Sea Ward. This is... My master is terrified. He wants to go work on starting a shop up in Neverwinter.
Well,
And I might go with him.
I mean, it'd be nice to have somebody to visit up in Neverwinter. Have a reason to go visit.
Well,
But, I mean, at least for like a week or so, I think there's a place that the family can come stay.
if you have some, I don't have a place where I can put them up. And you and I, we've always been the ones that don't fit
yeah, we
in
don't. Yeah.
to the usual. But
I mean,
I'm
they
worried
could-
about them.
Well, we've got space at the keep.
The keep, but you don't have to fill me in. I'm not. I didn't get the family Christmas card.
Oh, I guess Mama probably didn't read you the whole letter. So join the Avalon Knights, and we've got like keep and I've got like my own room, and it's really awesome because there's a training dummy in the room, and it's so cool. But okay. But yeah, they could come and stay for a little bit there.
That's
I mean,
crazy.
if it's between like, you know, having them at the keep and them possibly dying, I guess I'd rather have them at the keep.
Well, look, if you want to try and convince them, I'll back you up on this.
I mean, I can there's a whole bunch of, they don't mind a bunch of goblins and kobolds and bugbears and weird folks. I'm sure I can sell Dad on, hey, it's a whole new crowd that you can do your shows for. Mama can sell her tonics.
You know, Dad, he's never been much on race so long as they play.
Yeah, he already asked once about coming to the keep, but okay. Yeah. Okay.
We don't got to do this tonight. But come back tomorrow before your party and we'll pitch it.
Okay.
All
yeah,
right?
because I probably should, check with the other people that live there. Not just invite the crazy family over.
That might
Surprise!
Maybe. I don't know what your situation's like. From the sounds of it, it's pretty good. I thought I was doing pretty good, but you're putting me to shame, little sister.
I mean, hey, you can make shoes. I can't make anything, so.
It's true. I mean, I'm getting pretty good at it. I don't want to brag, but
Those look pretty good.
They're like them. I made these. These are one of the finest pairs. You got to advertise. But let's finish up dinner and we'll prepare for the fight ahead.
Sure, and I'll slide back in.
All right.
Hope that my parents haven't embarrassed me too much in front of my friends while I was out of the
room. Your mother has launched into, and we're so proud of her. Although it's that thing that the mother does when it's like, I'm really proud of you, but you didn't do the thing I wanted you to do. But what you're doing is great. But there was this other thing you could have done.
Yep. I know, Mom. Remember when I tried to juggle and I threw the ball and gave Garrett a concussion?
You just didn't. Maybe juggling wasn't your thing. Did you ever try the stilts? Your sister is great on the stilts.
I know she is. I know. Can we move
I'm just
on?
happy
She can fly, eh?
She can
Again,
fly?
I just like elbowing Gee.
Gee is gonna be bloodied by the time he gets out of this.
Widely unaware of this whole thing that's going on here.
Yeah. I mean, just like hover.
That's incredible. If we put the right things on it, you could do a good show. I'm not saying you have to. I know you have your whole adventuring life now.
Oh, and she can make like sparkles and shit come out her fingers.
Jab.
I don't have any cantrips that aren't attack cantrips.
I don't have anything that I can cast that isn't violence.
Oh wait.
This is delivered from his hands and knees too, right? I mean, we're in this little tiny house, so the whole thing is
just like.
But actually, while she was out of the room, I did want to pick the brains of the rest of the family.
Sure.
So you said there's lots of lots of killing here. Is there a pattern to the victim? Like they're all anti-government or anti, some family or another?
And at that point, Rosalie speaks up. She's been fairly quiet through all of this. And she says, well, I have an idea. And then Papa Jolene goes, oh, here we go. Look, there's something to it. It's normally when people get killed in Waterdeep, they're not well known. They're poor people. People that people don't care about. But these are traders and merchants.
So
these are wealthy and influential people.
Whoever's doing it is doing it to make a point. They don't want to hide what they're doing. They want everyone to know. People are.
I think somebody's trying to take over. I think somebody wants to take out Lady Silverhand. And how do you do that? You upset all the rich people in the city until they want a new government.
I very obviously look around like I'm looking out the windows to make sure nobody can hear, and then say, "So, any idea who you think it is?"
I don't know. But I mean, it makes sense, doesn't it?
It really makes sense. I just wondered if you had any idea who might be behind it. Eh?
And Papa speaks. There's nobody behind it. Rich people kill each other all the time. It's good business. Rosie, you got your head in the clouds again. You're not even on your stilts. No, Dad, it could. Think about it. I've been in this town a long time, and one thing's for sure. There's always somebody bigger who wants to bump off another guy for a couple coins.
As long as there are 3 people in this world, someone will want someone else dead, and I'm the one that's gonna do it.
Where'd that new voice come from? Can he do that all the time?
We didn't know until earlier today, but yeah, apparently he can. Eh?
You got to take that on the road.
It's all about changing the shape of your vocal cords.
Yeah, I think I read a book about that once. Anyways, look, we don't have time for conspiracy time. Forgive my daughter. She's Rosalie is just kind of grumping now. She's just like pouting a bit.
Where are we on this map, if I may ask?
You are in the trade war, so you're approximately here. You're not in the trade war.
Are my dead people senses going off? Can I just tell they're dead?
Just like stops in the middle. There are corpses nearby.
I smell dead people.
Is he okay?
I mean, would I know?
One wasn't the weirdest one here.
You do know that because it is a massive city, Waterdeep has a massive cemetery.
Would I have seen any signs or anything about it being nearby?
You do. Everybody knows where the city of the dead is.
I want to go. I'm just saying. What? It's a couple of blocks down the street. I think.
You want to go to the cemetery at night in the middle of a murder spree in a city we don't know.
Yes.
Well, it's been nice knowing you.
Richard went out in the street with werewolves, and he was.
And I said exactly the same thing to him, word for word. Eh?
I was
Everybody-
not there
Happens
for
when you
that.
don't come, eh? That's right.
I
Everybody's
just want-
eyes are kind of wide looking at this conversation that's unfolding.
Can we not have this conversation here now, please?
Why not? You don't want your parents to know you're doing amazing things?
Oh, wait, no, that's fine.
This lady here, I point at her and look at the parents. She do things you won't believe, eh? You know she make fire with her sword? Just like that?
Oh, that is a good trick.
No, that's not the good trick. The good trick is she go like that and a portal it open up to the flame of the plane of fire, eh? Anybody else in the family do that? He's pissed.
Wait, why is he mad?
He's had enough of them putting down his friend. That's enough.
Oh, I thought that was just how family do.
No, he has no clue.
What? There's a plane of fire now?
Hasn't there
Yeah.
always been?
And your daughter, she can access it like that.
I'm gonna lean into Guy just and as quietly as I can. Guy, I don't think these people are super educated.
Don't see what
Hey.
that's got to do with that.
Yeah, at least I was apologetic about accusing them of stealing my thing.
No, don't get me wrong, people. You do amazing thing. I mean, performance amazing. I wish I could do it. I sing even the deaf people leave when I sing, eh? But you know, you can do that, and it's amazing. But you do a different kind of performance from you, eh? He's kind of coming down, like he's realized he's gone too far. She perform in a different way, eh? But no less amazing.
Yep. Just trying to find out like what Grandpa Aaron wanted to know about the family. So doing that stuff.
I've restarted eating my stew, and I'm like, you should have seen her at a time. She like killed like 3 drows in like 1 hit. It's crazy.
And things get a little quiet and super awkward.
Because I talk with my mouth full.
Well,
Yeah,
that's part of it.
Yeah.
And as this happens, the tabaxi in the corner, he just starts playing a soothing tune on his violin. And the mood just kind of eases a bit. And Halbin, one of the older brothers, takes you aside, Guy. Says, look, we're all proud of Kithri, all right? We hear about the incredible things she does. But the life she's chosen now, it's dangerous. And it doesn't do mom and dad a lot of good to worry about it.
Look, I don't want to be an asshole, but you are all brave. You are all in danger every day. Eh? I know what it is to perform.
We're out at the marketplace, man. We're at the docks. We're not in the Underdark. We're not fighting drow or dragons. That's their baby girl.
Their baby girl is saving the world, eh?
Yeah. But they need to believe that she's not in any danger, or they're going to go crazy.
That's all. That's what they want. To know she's not in danger. You want to lie to them?
No, I just want them not to have to think about it so much.
Yeah, lie to them.
So distract them then. You keep them thinking of other things. Eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to ask her to change what she's doing.
I don't want her to change what
It's
she's
such
doing.
a noble thing, eh?
I don't want her to change what she's doing either. She's a terrible performer. But it sounds like she's pretty good at this.
You know me and those 2 guys in there on our hands and knees? She saved all our lives more than once, eh?
That's incredible.
Your sister is incredible, eh?
Yeah, she is, but
All
Just
parents are scared, eh?
go
All
easy on
parents that care are scared. I'm sorry what I said.
go easy on the stories for the sake of mom and dad. Please.
Now I understand, eh? Yes, I understand completely. I've gone too far.
Okay. Thanks.
And we go back in and I start to thank mom. The cooking is amazing. You know,
All right.
it is magnificent. Eh?
The soothing tune continues that kind of eases out everyone's emotions.
Wait, what kind of tune? Richard wouldn't ever recognize this tune, would he?
You don't know the song, but feel free to make an Arcana check, anybody.
Okay. I'm more just wondering if he knows if it has Underdark roots.
I just want to know if my emotions are being manipulated without my consent.
Always, we're playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Touche. All right, so yeah, Pen, you can tell this is a spell.
I mean,
This is calm emotions.
that's the most noble of spells.
Depends on when you use it.
I could use. Oh.
This is a bard spell, basically to even out everybody.
I mean, seems harmless enough. I wonder if Kashano knows it.
I mean, Kashano does know it. I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
I didn't say it out loud.
at least one Kashano knows.
This one doesn't.
Oh.
So things start to wind down. The family has a little dance. Some of them show off some tricks and kind of do their thing. And partway through the night, the tabaxi gets up. Says, well, my friends, you have been incredible hosts, but the night calls. I must go.
I'm with that guy.
Nice meeting you.
It was a pleasure meeting you as well. Be sure to say hello to this Kashano that you know.
Yeah, for sure, right?
Perhaps I will come for a visit sometime.
Yeah, I think you guys would get along. Hey, he plays like a little drum and shit. Eh?
Ah,
At least I think it's on his belt. I don't know I ever heard him play it.
well, that is interesting. I'll have to ask you more about that later. Now, please forgive me. I know it is rude to leave early, but I must go. And he pops on his hat and kind of crouches out and leaves outside.
Maybe this is a good time to give Kithri and her family a moment alone. Eh? And without waiting to see if anybody answers, I'm following the cat.
Oh, see, and I'm going to take a stroll anyway, so this is perfect timing. I was like, the night does call, and I'm out the door as well.
It's just like, City of the Dead, City of the Dead. And that was the day Penn was murdered in an alley.
for the third time in 2 hours. Yeah.
I'm just gonna. Kithri, do you want me to stay or do you want some time alone?
I'll meet you outside.
All right. And Richard stands up as best he can,
All right.
leaves.
Well, I'll stop by tomorrow before we go to the party so we can catch up a little bit more. But
You sure there's no way you can get us in?
I don't really think so. But if I do, I will let you know tomorrow before the party.
Okay. You let me know, Little Leaf.
Yeah. And you don't have to worry about me. Those my friends have my back.
And your mother goes up to you and she does that thing where she puts your hands in hers and she says, we're always going to worry about you. You're a little girl. It was easy. You weren't much a performer, although I didn't think you gave it a fair shake. But from what your friends say, you're very good at this. Maybe adventuring just skips a generation. She winks at you a little bit. Just don't get hurt.
I won't.
All right.
Love you.
Love you. And your big brothers kind of raise a glass. They say, "Good night, Dragon Slayer."
Night. I'll head outside.
All right.
So that's my family. Anybody want a drink?
I wouldn't know because I'm already down the road.
It's just like Pen's gone.
Where's Pen?
I'm just gonna.
Following dead people. Eh? But
Buddy system.
Yeah, I know.
Buddy system.
In a minute, then it's only dead people. I owe you an apology.
Oh,
Your brother, he had a word with me, and he was right. I got carried away in there, and I make it sound like you are making very dangerous decisions every day, and your parents are worried. And I was trying to defend. I got mad at them because they don't respect you. But that's not my business. I'm sorry. I bring it up. I'm sorry. I make your mother worry.
You were trying your best. You had my back.
Always.
No apology necessary.
They're gonna figure it out, you know. Eh?
Figure what out?
That you're not quite the same as them, eh?
Oh, well, I think we've all known that for a while. Me and Halvin.
I heard what your dad was saying. I heard what he was asking you to do, and you said no. That's
Yeah.
brave, saying no to your dad, eh? That's maybe braver than Dragon Slayer, eh?
Ah. Maybe.
Let's go see if Penn found dead people, eh?
So, Pen, you're disappointed to find that the gates to the city of the dead are locked at night.
What kind of people?
They don't get out.
Is it like how high is this wall? And,
Come on.
I just picture us like walking up as like Penn's like trying to
Like part way
scramble.
up.
I'm-
I have a perfectly good explanation for this.
If Penn is climbing his way up, I'm going to literally wrap one of my limbs around his ankles and just drag him away.
I asked how high the wall was. You don't
The
even know-
wall, the wall is 10 feet high of wrought iron gates.
It's not as bad as I thought. Are there like trees around?
Okay, I'm grabbing him.
You're not there yet.
What's your plan?
I just want to get in.
There are a lot of buildings around, but all the trees are on the other side of the gate.
Where are all my
They can
utilities?
climb out.
So weird. I don't think I have anything for this, which makes me really sad because I really want in. Fine. If I...
Maybe come back during like operating hours. Like,
All right. Well, in the few minutes I have while I am outside the gates, I'm just gonna go ahead and use. I wanted a theatrical setting to do my sending, you know, as the undead expert that I am. But I guess I'll just like crouch there outside as close as I can get, and I'm going to cast sending,
okay.
and I am casting it to Blackwind.
Okay.
And the message is going to be, I know you more than ever now. It's never too late to come home. You're still family. I will bring you home. That might be slightly over 25 words, but maybe it's leaning.
Nope. Jacob needs new glasses, but no, it wasn't over 25 words.
Okay. You've sent the message. All right, so you guys come upon Penn, and he's at the gates of the city of the dead.
Hey, buddy, is it locked?
And I'm assuming I just wrapped this up, so I'm like, yes.
Yeah, they always lock the gates at dusks because, you know, it's a cemetery, and people who go into cemeteries at night are kind of weird.
Well,
They really are.
yeah, societies tend to. Oh,
But-
look, there's grave
but,
diggers.
come on.
We can come back tomorrow.
It's not
Yeah,
as
but they
cold
work
there.
there.
No, I meant like grave robbers. Sorry. Anyway, fine.
So grave robber, they go into cemetery at night, so that make it okay for everybody to go into cemeteries at night then?
No, I'm saying if you're going to do that, that's
I
why
mean,
society.
it's still illegal to go in. At closing time, it's called trespassing. And I know we like to say morality is a spectrum. That's just bad.
So drinks, everybody, eh? I think this
Yeah.
hotel we're staying at, there are drinks, eh?
Also, Kithri, I have some something special if you'd like that. Drinking wise.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure where you were going with that.
Pause.
I won't say no.
I'm gonna pretty much grab out a tiny wooden shot that I've carved out while I was bored.
All right.
Pour some of Cookie's mead into it and hand it to Kithri.
Sip.
All right. Con save.
I have not had the mead yet.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Seasoned drinker.
Yeah, you're A-okay. This is
Distracted.
Oh, this is really good. Thank you.
It's cookies.
Tastes like sentiment.
Aww.
and now I'm sad.
You didn't let me go in the grave. Oh god.
So you guys make your way back to your cart. And there is a scream.
God damn it. Swords out.
Gonna
Running in that direction.
pop up mage armor. Follow Richard.
I guess I'm armor of Agathasing up.
For fuck's sakes. And I run after them.
Eventually, you get to the source of the scream, and there is a very nice estate house on the edge of the trade ward. And the door is open. And inside there is a young girl cradling a man who has been stabbed multiple times.
And as they run up, I can't help thinking to myself, well, at least there's a witness who says it wasn't us, just before they charge into the scene of the murder.
And she's crying and holding on to him.
Is he like fading or dead?
Well, there are things that you can do to determine that.
Should I take a medicine check?
I'm taking a nature check.
I'm
One of the
stopping
only
at the
damn
street
things I'm
and
good at.
waiting for the guard.
All right. Guy, since you're staying out on the street, I want you to make a perception check for me.
Yeah, not likely.
No, you don't.
Not his strong suit.
You don't see shit. Richard, this man is very dead.
I'll ask the woman. What happened?
I don't know. I heard a voice downstairs, and I came down. He was like this.
Like a man's voice, woman's voice, monster voice.
It was his voice. He was talking to someone, but I didn't hear them. I didn't hear what they sounded like.
I do an investigation check.
Yeah, I'm gonna look around and see if I can find like a sign of anybody broke in or left.
Yeah, I'm looking for tracks or anything like that as well.
Ooh. Kithri,
Mm-hmm.
you know a con when you see one. This was done. It's too sloppy. There's blood all over the place. There's things knocked over all over the place. There's random items taken that are very clearly taken. Almost like it was intentional. Like somebody intentionally made this look like some kind of smash and grab random act of violence. But you can tell from looking at this guy, whoever went to kill him knew exactly where to cut, how deep, and how many times. and then they did extra to mess it up. And the same goes for the rest of the place.
I'm gonna convey this to the other three with awakened mind. This is someone highly trained, and this is a cover-up for a well-done killing.
When I did the nature check, there's no chance I saw any hairs on the body. Weren't his, did I?
You did not see any hairs.
Did I find any kind of tracks or trail or anything?
There are muddy boot prints all over the place.
When I received that message with Awakened Mind out in the street, I just start, as clear as I can remember it, I start whistling the song that Kajano the Wild was playing, to calm emotions.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just whistling that up and down the street.
Okay.
Guess I'm following to see if I can find where any of these boot prints go.
I don't think those are gonna help.
They go to the back of the estate to a wall. As though somebody jumped over. And then moved very quickly out the front door, but they stopped shortly after that.
So they were going from the front door to the back, or from the back to the front door?
From the back to the front.
And they stop out front? Are they invisible?
I think these are fake footprints.
Eventually, some city watch show up.
We've been waiting for you guys, eh? Because I'm still out on the street, I assume. So.
Yeah, so we're already having a bit of a busy night. Who are you?
We are the citizens who cared enough to come and look at when we heard somebody screaming, eh? We are too late, but at least we cared, eh? I point at the body.
Our sword has disappeared at this point.
Probably a good plan.
Family
So-
lives just down the street, and I was coming back from visiting them, and wanted to try and help, but yeah, we got here, like my friend said, we got here too late.
Is it all right if you guys stick around until the investigator here gets here and we can get a statement from everyone?
Sure, it's okay by me for sure, eh? You said you got this a lot of times, eh? Like more than recent?
There's been a few around the city tonight.
Just tonight, eh? They're all nice houses like this?
I'm not allowed to discuss it.
I get it. I slide him 5 gold pieces and say, I'll take that as a yes, eh? I can slide a hand if you want to see if it...
He kind of nods a little bit. Yeah. Gets on his way.
All right, I'll let you go back to work, eh?
Eventually, the investigator shows up, and the man is clearly clad in some armor. He's almost dressed like an adventurer. And he has a City Watch badge. Says, hello, I'm Officer Hobbs. And he kind of sets you all together in a room after this girl has kind of been taken aside and the body's been covered up. So let's start from the beginning.
I haven't taken the mask off since I've put it on. Can I just kind of look through the lenses at him?
Sure. Officer Hobbs, lead investigator of the City Watch.
Okay.
Yeah, Officer, let's start at the beginning. That's a good idea, eh? How many rich people have been killed in this town lately?
Too many. But I'd like to start with the questions. So what brought you guys to the area? You live around here, or?
I was visiting family, and we were on our way back from dinner with my family.
And what are your professions?
Student.
A student of what?
Magic.
Do you have your student ID? Anything with you?
Well, we're with the Avalon Knights Association.
Avalon Knights. Thought they broke up.
We're getting back together.
Band's getting back together. Going on tour.
Yeah.
Some big songs.
All right. That's good to hear. They were a good organization. Do you guys carry their ideals forward?
That's why we're here also, eh? We want to reopen this branch office, eh? We come to see if it's possible at this time.
That place is in pretty rough shape, but let me get the rest of your statements. I want to know everything that happened here. I want to get all the details.
Yeah, for sure. Is there any chance there, officer, that maybe you got details from a bunch of other murders and maybe those details are all very much the same? I understand you can't talk about it when you're on duty, but maybe later, right?
A lot of it's roll a persuasion check.
Sure. That I can actually do. Yeah. Ish.
Ish. Yeah, well, let's see how he feels about that. All right. Okay, so look, you guys are with the Knights. That leads me to believe that you're on the level. And they don't go around handing out their insignia, their name to just anyone. Everybody's on edge. A lot of wealthy folks are getting bumped off. And it all looks like smash and grabs. Like it's a string of robberies.
Well, at least this one was made to look like that, but definitely it was whoever did this knew what they were doing and was trying to hide their tracks.
Really?
And like I'll even go and like point out like, no, this is like, okay, these were the actual stab like wounds that killed him, and these were the.
He looks attentively at everything that you point out, like all the stuff you noticed from your roll. He says, you make a good point. The reports we're getting makes you feel like everything's very sloppy. Like this is just a bunch of thugs. There's a lot of word going around that this is intentional. Somebody's trying to make everybody afraid. Like no one's safe. It wouldn't take much. After that was those big attack, just almost a month ago, Lord Zelos was having a big party at a museum. Some goon broke in. Took a bunch of adventurers to bring him down. Now with this, even the upper crust is starting to think that maybe it's not safe in Waterdeep anymore.
So I bet as an officer of the watch, you guys are catching a lot of shit for not being able to solve this.
Yeah.
So I know you are in Waterdeep, so you are a professional, eh? So somebody's fucking with you, eh? Somebody pretty powerful, eh?
Yeah, somebody's messing with us, and it's not the usual organizations.
Well, that saves me the next couple questions, eh? You probably can't answer this out loud, but maybe you sort of look towards the guy's house. You think you know who's doing this? Eh?
I wish I knew.
Okay, you mentioned a family name earlier.
Yeah.
The only one you actually mentioned. Was that an accident you mentioned that name?
He was the first victim. Everybody knew about that one. It was in the papers. So I'm not supposed to discuss anyone else.
You guys got any questions for this nice officer? Right?
Just seems interesting that the first. Nah, it's probably nothing.
Well, I hope you continue on with your good work. I'm sure you'll figure out who's doing this.
We'll keep hunting it down.
One more thing, eh?
And
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, and we'll certainly, if we hear of anything, we will let you know, and maybe in exchange you can help once we get the new Waterdeep branch up and running. Keep us in mind if there's work.
Well, look, officially, the City Watch isn't supposed to solicit services from adventurers.
Officially.
Especially in a case like this, because 3 adventuring groups are key suspects.
So if we were to solve this problem for you, eh, you would be appreciative, eh?
Let's just say the Open Lord would like this to go away.
So
and
you
she
mentioned
would be quite grateful.
You mentioned 3 groups who are suspect.
Yes.
You maybe drop a piece of paper with those 3 names on it on the ground. Eh?
I would never do such a thing.
Okay, then you flat out tell us right out to our faces. Eh?
He kind of sighs. All right, men, cordon off the house. We've got everything we need from these people. Story checks out. It is close to the Tealeaf house. And they don't seem like the type, except for the tree guy.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
Don't worry, his bark is worse than his bite. Eh?
So they take your statements and they go on their way, and the investigator goes to shake your hand, Guy.
Oh yeah, I know how this is done.
Yeah.
There's 5 gold pieces in that hand when he goes for the shake.
If you find anything out, report it to the City Watch.
And I look down at the 5 gold pieces that have disappeared into his palm and say, so no piece of paper, eh?
There is a piece of paper in your hand now.
Okay, then I don't say it. I smile and put that back in my pocket. Smart enough not to look at it right now.
Yeah. Just stop fucking talking about it. Okay.
I almost fucked it up again. Eh? So yeah, that's all he's doing.
All right.
They're gone now. They walk away.
He goes on his way. There's a group of City Watch guards and mages kind of like sectioning off the house.
Ooh. With awakened mind, I say to the other 3. First of all, what I was gonna say is, don't you think it's a little odd the Zelos was the first one targeted. Seems like a good way to keep anyone from thinking you would have anything to do with it.
Oh, for sure. That's old school for sure. Yeah.
Really is.
Second of all, if we do this, I bet the city guard will give me a key.
It always comes back to
Just have
dead
to-
people.
You just have to wait till dawn, mon ami. Just dawn. That's all you have to do. Wait till the sun come up.
Is there any way I can link this to me getting into the city? It's like his Disney World.
Oh, it's yeah. That's the thing. As soon as we do it, I'm like, so, kind of saved everybody. You give me the
Maybe
key
I
to the
get
city.
24-hour access to the city of the dead. No questions asked.
God knows y'all got a lot of extra bodies now. I'm an opportunist.
Side though, if you don't mind.
All right.
I'd like to roll to slap pen.
Uh,
It is the dead of night. You guys make your way back to your cart.
And then once safely in the cart, I look at the piece of paper and show these guys. You can send me the list if you.
Oh no, it says try the yawning portal. Look for the 12 daggers.
That's not what I expected, but at least it's something. Yeah? Besides, I always want to drink at the Yawning Portal. Eh?
There you go.
Are you kidding me? A bar where if you get too drunk and fall over, you fall forever? That's a bar, eh?
No, there is a bottom. It's you just won't like where it ends up.
where does the yawning portal go again?
Underdark.
Down. Goes all the way to the bottom. Eh?
It kind of empties out into a giant dungeon in the Underdark somewhere.
Like,
And you
that's
don't
a bar
want to
you
do a
can
shitty
try.
show as a comedian in that place. Eh? They'd throw you in the hole.
So are you guys going to your... It's getting pretty late at this point.
You said we've got rooms at like a fancy hotel booked, right?
You have rooms at a special estate.
Oh, in the state, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, shall we head to our rooms?
yeah.
I think already we got a lot of shit done today. Eh?
I'm a bit exhausted.
I bet their family's tough. Eh?
I love them.
Speaking of which, if my family ever show up, I know this kind of sound like Richard a little bit, but if my family show up, just shoot me.
Well,
It's
maybe
easy.
there are some steps we can take before.
Like, it doesn't always have to go there.
Well, hold me still and then shoot me. That's a step before, eh?
All right. So the estate is quite nicely appointed. It's a very nice place. There's a separate room for all of you, and a team of servants greets you at the door.
I don't want my own room. No, I'm good. Hey, anybody want to
Welcome to the Zelos guest estate. As his honor guests, we are at your service.
can you push all the rooms together?
No, we don't have that. The other team wasn't this much trouble. Is this going to be a thing?
I asked.
It's just him.
I'm sorry. I'm a little on edge. We came into town and everyone was dead.
We assure you that you will be safe in this home.
Okay.
Of course, I mean, we're under the protection of the most powerful person in the city, eh? Nothing going to happen to us here.
Not quite the most powerful, but he's doing his best.
And
But there were additional precautions put into place after the other delegation from Avalon Knights had an incident.
awakened mind to pen. You can always go to your room, and then once people leave, we can all climb into one room.
With our swords out, staring at the door.
That's fair. We could do that. Whose room are we? I guess with the way combined to the other three, whose room are we staying in?
Not mine. I'm going to make a play for at least one of these maid and one of the nice guy who bring us up the stairs.
All right.
Richard.
There are some nice looking maids here.
Yeah, one butler and one maid.
Okay.
If I can, yeah. If money has to change hands, it has to change hands.
Give me a persuasion check.
Me.
No money has to change hands. You're good.
Hey, I'm famous.
Okay, I want to make sure his room is like on the fourth spot and ours is on the
whichever room is the farthest from Geese, that's the one we'll congregate in. It's like in the middle.
And the windows are open and the doors. All right, I'll see you guys in the morning.
Okay, bye.
Okay.
I don't know why we agreed my room. This is just odd.
I don't want to sleep alone. This place is creepy. And the guy that runs it wants, as soon as I say that first part, I go into awakened mind because I don't believe I should say that out loud. I'm like, the guy who owns it is like probably evil and might want us dead.
Yeah, look, I feel like I missed a big thing, so we'll just I feel like I froze for a little while and just.
Oh, no.
All you get back from Guy is those are amazing.
So Pen just like, hey, let's have a sleepover.
Hey, I'm about it, Richard. You about it?
Fine.
Woo!
You might all want to get out of my head.
I have cut you out. You were never in this call.
You have been banned from this message board.
Yeah. Richard, I can braid your moss.
Ooh.
Oh, it's too
I
perfect.
will strike you. I won't slap you. I will strike you.
There is
You will
no
fall through the window.
final statements on this. Waterdeep is no fun.
So
But we can go shopping tomorrow.
you
I
all-
disagree.
like from down the hall. So you all settle in for the night and have a sleep in Waterdeep.
I just make a little patch of moss in the corner.
Like curl up like a cat. That's circles 3 times. Okay. So
I mean, nothing says I don't do. Nothing is to say I won't.
no, I fully expect it. You settle in for a night in your beautiful estate in Waterdeep. It is uneventful for you. However, elsewhere in the city, it is clear that things are not at ease, that something dark is moving across the land. And a figure with cat ears on top of its head darts from rooftop to rooftop before finally settling in to another home. And then there's a scream, and the grisly scene unfolds again. And that's where we'll end for tonight.
Knew it. That's why I was whistling the song. Yeah.
Trying to
Yeah.
catch him.
I smell.
All right.
All right. Yeah. I'm not sure how to feel about this. Not that I personally have any connection to this situation.
I have no stakes.
As a fan of both shows, it's very disconcerting. Anyways, I guess things get disconcerting when you have too many warlocks.
So thanks so much for everyone for joining us here today. Oh, I forgot to, I went ahead of the thing. All right. Thanks so much, everyone, for joining us. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to drop a follow and subscribe if you can, and check us out on all the social media. And I am a very lucky dungeon master in that all the fine people that join us on the stream here are content creators in their own right. And I like to take this moment at the end of the show to give them a moment to talk about all the stuff they do. And I open up to you.
Ooh. I can go first.
Sure.
Keep an eye out for tomorrow's video, which I think Penn would appreciate because it's a review of Dead Man's Cabal.
Oh.
Where you're a necromancer raising dead so you can have people at a party.
Love it.
And that's over on our YouTube channel.
Roll for initiative.
Yep.
Awesome.
All right. Yes, no, there's some stuff going on at the Scarred Adventurer. Not a lot. Link is back into the chat at the exact moment I'm saying this.
Perfect.
Yeah, no, I haven't posted anything for a little while. I should post something in the near future. I've been a little busy. Life happens. So on, so forth. Yada yada yada. Anyways.
All right.
Yeah, look out for some fun stuff, as well as if you don't know, chapters 1, 2, and 3 are all on the blog at the moment for Memoirs of Richard Bennett, the Greenwood Warlock, and they are much better than they started out as because I hate the old ones.
Fair enough. All right, and Guy, Penn, listen.
You want to go? Okay. I got two things. I didn't do a video this week for two things. One, we got Deadlands tomorrow night, where I will be beating up on Sky some more. It just seems to be this is his time. We got to get him before he gets married, right?
Yeah.
And other than that, one more thing. I'm going to be part of a 4-shot, I guess you'd call it, for 4 weekends in a row coming up, starting at near the end of the month, a Halloween-themed event. And I decided to play the anti-Guy. So you're going to, if you tune in and watch that, and I'm sure we'll have the links at some point somewhere, you will get to see me play a sociopathic drow assassin monk rather than the happy-go-lucky Guy. So right at the other end of my spectrum. So yeah, look for further details as we get closer to the start date at the end of this month, and it finishes up just before Halloween. And this is all again with the fine folks at Praetor's Rejects.
Perfect. So be sure to check that out. Make sure you talk about the channel a lot. Ben, what do you got going on?
Shameless plugging. Shameless plugging.
Yeah.
Speaking of talking about the channel, I've been doing work on our YouTube. Yay!
Woo!
So go check us out on Mercenaries of Mischief on YouTube. We've got all our past episodes. They've all got the beginnings and ends trimmed out for your viewing pleasure. So, go check those out today and maybe subscribe. It really helps out.
Perfect. All right. So again, be sure to drop us a follow, drop us a like, check out the videos, and tune into YouTube if you want to catch up on the episodes. Tune in tomorrow for another exciting episode of Poison Paradise, hosted by our very own Guy/Kevin there. And give us a follow once we reach our 300 follower landmark. We will be doing a giveaway for an incredible set of metal dice, as you can see here. And we're so dangerously close to getting it, so be sure to hop in on that. And I believe that's everything. So until next time, everyone, class dismissed.
Giant and the Dragon and the Hippogriff song. I want to be serious for a moment.